Hello friends, today I have brought you audiobook summary of book Dare by Barry Mcdonagh. It's a new way to end anxiety and stop panic attacks. It teaches you Dare response which aims to change the way you approach your anxiety, making the feeling more manageable. So friends, if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and share this video to your friends. So let us start the audiobook summary.
Chapter 1. Ending your anxiety will move you toward a greater sense of personal freedom. Anxiety is unpleasant. It often feels as if you're separated from ordinary life by a pane of glass. An anxiety disorder is difficult to understand unless you've experienced it firsthand. An anxiety disorder is not the kind of garden variety stress everyone loves to talk about. You hear people remark, "Yeah, I'm so stressed too." And, "Hey, who isn't anxious? Why are you complaining?" There's a big difference between anxiety and that kind of stress, and most people don't understand how all-consuming anxiety can be. Learning how to skillfully move with the anxious discomfort that you feel helps navigate a state of fear. No matter how deranged and shocking your anxious thoughts are, there's someone close by who is also suffering in silence. No matter how bad your panic attacks are, millions of people experience them in the same manner, with the exact same unusual sensations as you. Millions of perfectly sane people suffer in silence because stress hormones cause an oversensitive nervous system. In this summary, you'll discover how to put an end to anxious and intrusive thoughts, stop the occurrence of panic attacks, and end general anxiety. Face any anxious situation you've been avoiding and regain your confidence and feel like your old self again, no matter how long you've been suffering. The DARE response is not designed to get rid of your anxiety. It's designed to get rid of your fear of the anxiety. Barry Mcdonagh. Chapter 2. You have to understand yourself so you can feel better. Time and again, you must have felt weak or scared about the constant feelings of anxiety that you keep having. But it's okay not to feel okay. It is nothing to be ashamed of because you're not alone in this. The anxiety you constantly feel is your body's response to stress and can affect even the strongest person you can think of right now. Constantly identifying with anxiety as a label only worsens how you feel and will make your healing process a lot slower. See anxiety as an experience that you move through and not a permanent stop in your life. A significant reason why you experience anxiety from time to time is that you're part of the percentage of the general population that are genetically predisposed to anxiety. The catalyst could be extreme exhaustion, illness, trauma, poor health habits, and environmental factors. The speed with which you'll successfully be cured of anxiety is based on your willingness to experience anxiety in the right way. This will take you through 6 stages. Stage 1. Panic attacks become less frequent because you start to disassociate fear from different events. Stage 2. Your level of general anxiety reduces. This is a slow process because of the time it will take your nervous system to become less sensitized. Stage 3. Since your fearful responses to anxious thoughts are reduced, they appear less frequently, and feelings of unreality disappear. Stage 4. This phase is a transition from constantly feeling anxious to noticing the absence of anxiety. Stage 5. This is a crucial stage in recovery because you're met with setbacks that challenge your newfound confidence. Stage 6. After a while, you realize you haven't given much thought to anxiety. This is a sign of recovery. Everyone goes through these stages differently, and recovery might not happen all at once. You may still be plagued with setbacks once in a while, but it doesn't stop the recovery process. Life is in constant motion, but anxiety and fear can keep you rooted to one spot, motionless and stuck in the anxiety loop, which is a vicious cycle of fearing fear. You're the cure to your anxiety. Your willingness to break out of this anxiety loop is the first and most crucial step to finding the remedy you seek. Chapter 3. The DARE response steps and how you can use them daily. The DARE response teaches you to see anxiety in a new light. It involves responding to anxiety differently to be free from it. The steps are: diffuse. The reason why anxiety escalates is that you're responding to it in the wrong way by getting caught up in what-if thoughts that are almost always negative. A good response to a what if question is, so what? Take, for example, what if I fail? Your response should be, so what? I'll try again and do better. Barry Mcdonagh. Allow it. Accept the anxiety you feel and let it manifest in any way it chooses. Do not resist it by running away or trying to block it. Repeat to yourself, I accept and allow this anxious feeling whenever you feel anxious discomfort. Run toward. When you've followed the first 2 steps and it doesn't seem like anything is happening, you can consciously change your perspective of the anxious situations from positive to negative. Choose to be excited about the situation even if you're not. And with time, you'll discover you are running towards the scary feeling, and you begin to feel like you can handle it. Engage. This last step requires that you fill your time with other activities that will prevent you from constantly checking in on your anxious thoughts or worrying about things. It's crucial to note that panic attacks are not your enemy. They're the result of you trying to keep yourself safe. Regular application of the DARE response will help you get over panic attacks. When anxiety gets bad, it becomes a panic attack. A panic attack is a false triggering of the fight-flight response of the body, a false alarm that tells your body you are under attack. The signs of a panic attack include the following: pounding heart, sensations of shortness of breath, sweating, shaking, feeling of choking, chest pain, nausea, feeling dizzy. The key addition to the DARE response that will help enable you to deal with a panic attack effectively is demanding more. This is a counterintuitive move to show that the panic attack does not threaten you and that you want more. A panic attack won't end immediately if you demand more. It takes about 20 to 30 minutes for you to get back to normal. You could aid recovery by shaking your arms or legs to diffuse stress. Chapter 4. You're a normal person, and it's okay to be anxious. It is very common to feel abnormal when anxious thoughts and feelings constantly plague you, but you are perfectly fine. You are not your anxiety. Those anxious thoughts are just thoughts and not a reflection of the real you. A vital step to getting rid of anxiety is giving up the shame that you feel, the feeling that you are not like everyone else, which makes you want to hide and pretend to other people. Let go of the shame, embrace everything, and understand what it means to have anxiety. At the core of your stress response is the fight or flight response. This is an automated survival mechanism that enables you to survive danger. Some bodily sensations accompanying the fight or flight response are pounding heart, increased breathing, excess nervous energy, sweating, dizziness, loose bowels, and worry. Your life is not defined by anxiety. There's more to you, and you definitely can handle this. Acceptance is a precondition for change. Dr. Carl Rogers. It's okay to be scared of the many anxious thoughts that fill your mind. Embrace them with the full knowledge that they can't hurt you. They are just thoughts, nothing more. Accepting the anxiety and saying yes to it is the only way to break free from the anxiety loop. Don't take things too seriously. Approach situations from a place of humor and playfulness, and watch things get better. That sudden fear you feel and you have no control over when you think of or are faced with a situation is a flash fear. This happens to almost everyone and is quite uncontrollable. The DARE response is about changing the way you respond to fear and making you a better person. Chapter 5. You need to lose your fear of mental and physical situations using the DARE response. The higher your general anxiety level, the more you react to different sensations. These sensations never totally disappear, but paying them no heed is a great way to overcome them. Some of the physical sensations include heart sensations, palpitations and missed heartbeats, breathing anxiety, fainting, passing out, nausea, fear of vomiting, choking sensations, tight throat, headaches, blurred vision, weak legs, jelly legs, shaking, tremors, tingling sensations. Some mental sensations also include unreality, depersonalization, disturbing thoughts, depression, fear of going crazy, and fear of losing control. These physical and mental sensations can happen to anyone, and if handled properly, can be harmless. You need to trust your body. Trust that these sensations will not hurt you. See them as normal. The more you try to diagnose yourself through the internet or worry about how you feel, the worse these sensations get. The DARE response will help you get through these in the following steps. As the sensation manifests, immediately defuse the initial anxiety with a "so what" or "whatever" response. Allow every sensation to be. Get comfortable with the anxious sensations. Accept them as they are and don't resist them or force them away. The more intense the sensations get, the more you should run towards them and demand more. This counterintuitive act will make them seem less of a threat. Lastly, engage your mind in an activity that you enjoy so that you'll not keep checking to see if the sensations are still there. Did you know? According to the Anxiety and Depression Association of America, ADAA, anxiety disorders are the most common mental illness in the U.S., affecting 40 million people, 18.1% of the population yearly. Chapter 6. Do not run away from situations that scare you. Approach them daily with renewed confidence. When you become anxious about bodily sensations, you begin to experience fear in your body's ability to handle them. An event can trigger this lack of confidence, and this makes you avoid such situations. This is how phobias, an irrational fear for something, are formed. Avoidance has 3 stages. Having a panic attack in a specific situation. Associating the situation with danger. Avoiding the situation as often as possible. Anxiety is not in situations, but your response to those situations. Some situations that can cause anxiety are driving, public speaking, doctor's appointments, agoraphobia, etc. These are regular situations that happen almost every day and may not cause an average person to panic. But you have to realize it's okay to be different and feel threatened by them. The DARE response, when properly applied, will help you overcome the fear you have for these situations. Defuse any what-if thoughts that come to mind. What if I hit a curb? What if I faint while speaking in public? And respond with "so what" or "whatever." If I hit the curb, so what? I'll do better next time. If I faint while speaking, I'll be revived and I'll continue. These thoughts will help you lose the fear of these situations. The next step is to allow these thoughts as they come. Embrace them totally and feel them. Run toward the thoughts by demanding more from your anxiety. Approach it with a bring-it-on attitude. Engage in other activities that will occupy your mind. When you stop fearing these situations, your confidence returns, and these situations remain ordinary. Some steps that will enable you to do this quickly are: understand the DARE response and apply it every day. Write it on a card and take it around. Take baby steps. Write your progress in a journal and break your recovery into smaller steps. Engage others on your journey. You will need support. Do not let anxiety push you out of situations. Leave on your own terms. Practice with more minor situations so you can perfect the DARE response. When you experience setbacks, do not give up. See it as part of your healing process. Chapter 7. Your thoughts are not the real you. They don't define you. General anxiety is caused by worry that comes from overthinking situations. There are 2 types of worry. Worry over things, worry over thoughts. Constant worrying means you are never calm, and this can be detrimental to your daily survival. The DARE response is essential in curbing this worry over things. Defuse what-if thoughts. Allow the thoughts 100%. Run towards the thoughts by demanding more. And engage in other activities to occupy your mind. You can also take action by doing the following. Write out what you are worried about. Write what you can do about it. Decide what you want to do about it. Start immediately to do what you've decided. Your thoughts are not the real you. They do not define who you are. Use the DARE response when you feel yourself worrying over thoughts. When these intrusive thoughts occur more frequently, it is a sign that you are getting better. When you leave your safe zone, that's when you make progress. It is not uncommon to have a safe zone where you feel comfortable and everything is manageable. This is where you seem to spend the most time. The safe zone is a myth, and the only way to work through your anxiety is when you're outside this zone. The only way to effectively leave the comfort zone is to frequently use the DARE response and leave situations on your own terms, even when it is uncomfortable. Don't be so hard on yourself even when it looks like you are not making progress or setbacks come often. You are. Your anxiety is not your fault and is not something to be ashamed of. Do not allow negative thoughts to creep in, as this could lead to depression as well. Repeat this: I love myself, daily, and it will create a positive self-image in your conscious and subconscious mind. Take deep breaths and repeatedly express love for yourself, even without any apparent reasons. Chapter 8. Your anxiety is not a curse. It has a cure, and you are almost there. You have to constantly maintain faith that your anxiety will be over even when you doubt it. Do not resist any anxious feeling as it creates conflict. Simply build confidence by frequent use of the DARE response. Fear is finite. Hope is infinite. Shervin Pishavar. When you appreciate and embrace your anxious experience, it can transform and give your life purpose. Your perception of situations have to be positive to enhance your healing process, and this can be made possible by doing these. Forgiveness. Anxiety can be stressful and eventually lead to depression if you are not aware of it, and forgive yourself for what you're going through. Forgive all the intrusive and unwanted feelings. This is an act of strength and a gift to yourself that will bring complete healing and peace of mind. Discover meaning. How you respond to anxiety determines whether or not you will find meaning in it. Write down what anxiety is teaching you. Then, write why you want to succeed. Focus on what you can gain from anxiety, as this will help you find meaning and even more reasons to overcome it. Be grateful. When you are thankful for anxiety and all it brings, you are well on your way to healing. Find the hidden gifts and be grateful for them so you can grow into a better person. Chapter 9. You have to completely believe in yourself, even when the odds seem to be against you. On your journey towards recovery from anxiety, you might have found several crutches. Crutches are people or things you've relied on over time to make you feel safe. The presence of these crutches is a sign that you are still resisting anxiety. Having these crutches are only beneficial at first, when you are at the early stages of recovery, but will only get in the way as you progress. Create a workable plan. Replace any possible crutch with the DARE response, and watch yourself soar. Total recovery requires a few measures, which include: heal with your heart. At the core of the DARE response lies acceptance, allowance, compassion, playfulness, and kindness. Allow your heart and not your head to heal so you can see the pain in a new light. Love yourself. When you feel more compassion toward yourself, it reduces stress and improves self-image and self-worth. Drink water regularly. Water quenches thirst and transports hormones, chemical messengers, and nutrients to vital parts of the body. Keep your body hydrated by drinking 8 glasses of water daily. Place water in strategic positions so you don't forget to drink. Watch your diet. Try to stick to a low glycemic diet for a balance in blood sugar. Eliminate alcohol, caffeine, and sugar from your diet as well, as these keep you on edge during the day and make you react to situations. You can also take prescribed supplements such as magnesium and calcium to improve your immune system. Exercise frequently. Exercise has been shown to reduce feelings of anxiety and depression and can improve mood. You need the motivation to exercise regularly, and you can get a buddy to make things easier. Laugh more often. Laughter is a good way to improve an anxious mood, lower blood pressure, and increase tolerance for pain because it reduces endorphins and decreases stress. Guided relaxation. Consciously practicing guided relaxation will produce the body's natural relaxation response, slower breathing, and ensure calmness. Engage in activities. Think of the things to do daily that will push you out of your comfort zone. Engage a higher power. Whatever religion you practice, involving the power of what you believe in will help you gain control and progress on your recovery journey. Conclusion. The DARE response is focused on winning your freedom from anxiety and ensuring you lose your fear of fear. Life is movement. The DARE response is the way to move you back into life again. It's no coincidence that the last step of the DARE response is engage. That step completes the circle and moves you back into the life that anxiety stole from you. You can see how this movement into life acts in opposition to anxiety. Anxiety takes you out of life. The DARE response places you right back in it. Every time you practice the DARE response, you're aiding the recovery process and healing your anxiety. When you commit to and continuously practice the DARE response, you quickly start to feel more comfortable in your own skin again. You feel more engaged with life and less worried about situations that troubled you before. Deep down, you start to finally trust that you can bravely handle it no matter what happens. Anxiety is curable with a conscious effort from you. You can win this journey with commitment and willingness to activate change. Even when setbacks come, see them as another step to your recovery and embrace them completely. Do not doubt your progress or look down on how far you've come in this journey, even when it takes time and looks like nothing is happening. You deserve a life that's devoid of anxiety and worry. So just live your life and don't stop trying. Try this. Write out the dare response steps in small cards and put them in strategic positions where you can see them so you can apply them often. Say yes to your anxiety with a playful attitude. That can mean having a humorous running commentary with yourself and a smile on your face as anxious thoughts and feelings arise from out of nowhere.